Angel Reese on the Unapologetically Clout-Chasing Caitlin Clark podcast. I think that's what it's called. Unapologetic Clout-Chasing of Caitlin Clark podcast, hosted by Angel Reese. Shaq went on. There was a couple of very interesting things.
Angel Reese was just thoroughly demolished by Shaquille O'Neal on her own podcast. When asked to appear on Angel's podcast, the NBA legend, who is also known as one of Angel Reese's, did not hold back. Discuss going against your own will.
I think he said that Angel Reese should win Rookie of the Year, but then at another point he talked about, how unique Caitlin Clark was.
It all began when the topic of Caitlin Clark abruptly came up during one of Reese's podcasts. And the game identifies the game as you might anticipate. Therefore, Shaquille O'Neal compared Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark's long-range shooting to that of NBA champion Stephen Curry in order to show his respect for her. During an interview with Angel Reese's podcast, Unapologetically Angel, O'Neal compared Curry's signature shooting style to Clark's ability to make long three-pointers. The finest aspect, Shaq went on nonchalantly, but Angel didn't want to hear it. You should look at this. What do you think makes Caitlin Clark so popular? What abilities does she possess? From the logo, she can make three-pointers. That has never happened to us before. That's what I'm saying. Steph Curry, little child. For example, do you know why I adore Steph Curry? Because that's something I've never seen. That's something I've never seen before. I've seen it occasionally in my mood, but I've never witnessed a guy routinely lose his cool. Steph appears to be a typical office person, but if you look at him on the street, you can see that he lacks LeBron's muscles. In his sixth act, he is performing actions that have never been witnessed before. We've never seen her do anything like this before. I've never seen somebody consistently do it. There are many WNBA girls who have done it in spurts. But when I watch you guys in the Final Four, I think, damn, she said she wasn't going to make that shot, and I was a hater because, well, I'm down. Then all of a sudden, she's not going to make that shot. Man, if I tell you 10 times that you won't make the shot, and you do, then you are the truth. Crazy to witness, isn't it? That means that Shaq is directly praising Caitlin Clark in front of Angel Reese. I imagine Angel Reese gritting her teeth while she sat there. O'Neal's comments come after Clark's stellar rookie campaign, in which she won the league's Debut of the Year award, among other accolades. Curry's three-point shooting changed the NBA, and Clark's ability to shoot from a distance has frequently drawn comparisons to him. But it wasn't really how Reese felt. The manner Shaq was complimenting Caitlin Clark made it clear that she was upset. What Angel Reese truly intended to convey when Shaq asked, hey, why do you think they like Caitlin Clark so much as what you showed in the first clip? Because she's white. She wanted to express that. They would have sat there together in agreement in that. That's what they all believe. They genuinely think it, despite the fact that most of the white girls who have ever been a part of the WAVA are unknown and receive no attention at all. For them both, this has become a racial issue. That's the top priority. The second is, the impact of Clark extends beyond her personal numbers. In the same manner that Curry has increased the NBA's fan base, her performances have helped the WNBA grow its audience. Large crowds have regularly attended Fever games, with Clark proving her contribution to the WNBA's growing appeal. Reese is occupied with being a hater. We will be discussing Caitlin Clark. Since the WNBA season is approaching next year, she is already preparing for it. And, Angel Reese has mentioned or touched upon a lot of this video, and it's clear that she's not happy about Shaq bringing up Caitlin Clark. Why she is so upset about it is the true question. This is being done since we are now discussing Angel Reese's podcast once more, and this time they are discussing Caitlin Clark. Furthermore, the grift is real at this stage. We only pay $96,000 in rent annually. At this point, Caitlin Clark is actually covering Angel Reese's rent. We are currently witnessing a concerning trend throughout the WNBA. Are you becoming less popular? Well, before people forget about me, I'd best stir things up with a few remarks regarding Caitlin Clark. It's an old-fashioned strategy that Reese appears to have mastered in recent months. Furthermore, it's difficult to ignore why she's referencing Clark on social media when you look at her numbers. She would have hoped that her personality and game would have been sufficient to achieve this level of success, but regrettably, it isn't sufficient for her. We all understand why. She simply lacks entertainment value and skill on the court. Outside of it, she's resorting to devious means in an attempt to maintain her reputation. Additionally, the Fever posted this hype video right here, which is why I'm showing you the Caitlin Clark portion of this and playing the video. Caitlin Clark is already at the gym. She is already working on a floater at the gym, gaining these critical reps. She gave us some floater action during the season, you know. And that's one of the reasons Angel hates people so much. Angel is concentrating on being active on social media, while Caitlin is the star by nature. She is only concentrating on her craft. You're never going to win against it, Angel, spoiler alert. Additionally, rookie sensation Caitlin Clark is now in her first professional offseason as the 2024 WNBA season has finally come to a close. 1 month after losing her first playoff series, Clark, who was nominated to the first team All-WNBA, didn't spend any time returning to work, demonstrating to us once again her skill and commitment to the sport. According to the Fever social media accounts, Clark even went viral after making 25 consecutive three-pointers in an off-season practice video. The video, which lasted over a minute, demonstrated Clark's exceptional cardio and precision. We must see it, and I don't want to boring you. It's simply a generational issue. On Fever's X account, the original video had over 160,000 views and 700 reposts. The little celebrity's amazing sense of touch was praised in numerous tweets and comments. After her early setbacks, many doubted Clark's ability to adapt to the professional level, but the 22-year-old bounced back with an incredible year-end performance. Throughout the regular season, Clark averaged 19.2 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 8.4 assists while starting all 42 games for the Fever. Clark overtook current league leader Alyssa Thomas with the most assists. All eyes were on the Fever for the 2024 season when Clark was selected first overall in the WNBA draft. As perhaps the most coveted women's basketball prospect in history, Clark lived up to her high expectations, helping Indiana to its first 20-win season in more than 10 years. The Fever have only won 20 games in a single season 9 times since joining the WNBA in 2000, including Clark's debut campaign. Additionally, Clark's ascent helped the team qualify for the postseason for the first time in 8 seasons. Ironically, Stephanie White's Connecticut Sun eliminated the Fever from the playoffs in the opening round. When the Fever last qualified for the playoffs in 2016, White was their head coach. At the conclusion of the 2016 season, Tamika Catchings, the team's all-time best player, announced her retirement. The Fever are eagerly anticipating the 2025 season to carry on their new era as a team with the Caitlin Clark era well underway. The team will now enter the 2025 selection with the 8th overall pick after having the first overall pick in the previous 2 WNBA drafts. The Golden State Valkyries will make their debut in the 2025 WNBA draft, which will be the first to have 13 clubs. And since more games translate into more viewers, this will further boost the league. And since the Caitlin Clark effect is still running strong, additional teams will undoubtedly arise over the coming years. One of Caitlin Clark's harshest critics even mentioned her and praised her contributions to the league, demonstrating how powerful it is. Who? The head coach of the USA and Minnesota Lynx, Cheryl Reeve. After the 2024 season concluded, she voiced optimism about the WNBA's future, pointing to the league's increasing momentum and reach as it embarks on a promising offseason. Reeve said the surge in fan enthusiasm is positively affecting the league's commercial trajectory, referring to the overall excitement generated by up-and-coming talents such as Caitlin Clark. Reeve remembers the excitement surrounding Caitlin Clark's decision to enter the draft, even though she wasn't a Lynx player, according to Doug Feinberg of the Associated Press. Thus, there was a great deal of enthusiasm and drive for the WNBA. Reeve's remarks followed the WNBA's historic season, in which attendance hit its greatest level in 20 years and viewership hit a 25-year high. Game 5 of the recent WNBA Finals drew 3.3 million viewers, with an average of over 2 million. The New York Liberty also achieved their first ever Finals victory. The league's ongoing growth, driven by the growing popularity of players like Clark, Angel Reese, and Paige Buchers, who is projected to be selected in the first round of the 2025 WNBA draft, demonstrates a demand that is having a major financial impact on the league. The Golden State Valkyries are anticipated to become the 13th team in the WNBA's expansion next season, with Toronto and Portland following in 2026. The 2025 season will have an enlarged 44-game schedule in line with the league's growth. Are you looking forward to the upcoming season? What about those remarks made by Reese? Isn't that dirty behavior? Please subscribe to receive daily WNBA news and share your thoughts in the comments section below.